Hello everyone, it's Cindy and welcome back to Studioloo and to Tuesday 10. It's back. So it's been a little while since I've done a Tuesday 10 because I've just been up to a lot of other things that had to get done. So yeah, this is nice to just have like a Tuesday 10 recap. So for those of you who may be new here and haven't even heard of Tuesday 10, what it is I do this Tuesdays and I use up 10 things that I've pulled out of like my bin of essentially book pages that I've kept, printouts, papers that I've kept, and I have to keep on making until all 10 things are used up. So yeah, I will show you what I have for today. This is a magazine page that apparently is actually 2 pages, but I'm only going to use one. This is what I saved it for, was these 2. Look at these wooden, like, sculptural heads. Aren't they incredible? This room looks amazing. So, hand-painted planters. Yeah, so really cool. I want to make something with those. This is a printout from a public domain image. It's like about the stars. That's my alarm. Shut that off. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly yet what I want to do with that. This is a book page from an art book. It has like an angel kind of image on both sides. I think I will use this one. This is an old children's book page, like a Dick and Jane type page, but it's not Dick and Jane. This is a jelly print on music paper. This is like a bunch of spices. It's a page from like some kind of book about pantries, I think, and I really like that image. This is a digital that I printed out for something else, and then this is like an extra one that I had left over. This is from an art book. So we've got like an Otto Dix image, which is really cool. And then we have this as well, which is a little more kind of pretty, although I'm really partial to this image. I think it's pretty cool. Then this is some flowers from a floral magazine. And then a little image of a house from a children's book. So the first thing I want to do is just quickly grab a punch. Give me one moment. So I don't know. This might be too big. I just want to see roughly. Yeah, it's definitely too big. Let me grab another punch. 1 minute. So I think one thing I may allow myself to get eventually is a decent circle punch. Like, they're hard to find in different sizes these days. What is this one going to do? Let's take a look. Obviously I have to cut the edge off, but I think it's too small. So okay. Sorry about that. I do not have a good punch for these. All right, that's okay. I will think about that one after as a result, and we'll start with something different. Why? Oh, punches. Okay, so let's just set all these aside. And first I will grab my scissors and I want to cut this house out of this. Do I want to completely cut it out or only partly cut it out? So actually, maybe I don't. Maybe I want to do something different. And I need... Tuesday 10 is like the no holds barred, I've done no planning kind of day, so please bear with me if it's a little scatterbrained. That's kind of part of the whole experience. Okay, I'm going to instead cut open this door. I just changed the blade on this knife to do some cutting this morning, and then I did a whole bunch of cutting, and so now it might need to be changed again, but we'll see. It might be okay. And by changed, I mean terrifyingly snapping the end off to get to the next blade, because yeah, those blades are just scary. Okay, a little bit here. There we go. Okay. Always, always put your blade away as soon as you are done. Let's not lop off any fingers, okay? All right, so now we have a door that opens, so we need to do something with it. Of course, there's nothing on here that would be good. I always find Tuesday 10 goes a little more quicker and more successfully when I can use multiple things. For the pieces, I can use more than one of the items I've set aside, but it doesn't always go that way, so that's okay. I think I'll probably just grab a children's book or something, because this I think is too, it's not like the right kind of thing. But I do have this children's book right here, which is actually the one it came from. I wonder if there's anything in here that would be cute. I mean, maybe something like this would be cute. We have a cat, we have a dog, rooster. A rooster might be nice. Let's see what else there is. So far, I'm partial to rooster. Here's some here's a little fairy type girl. She's great. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Yeah, that's really cute in there. We could put them both in there, actually. That's really cute. So let's just cut a little above here. That will go into my scraps because that's really pretty. This is how you make more scraps from existing scraps. It's just the way of the world. So then we'll just cut around the image that we want to use. And then, okay, I'll just glue around here. I just ordered more Sugar Bell bottles because I don't know why. I mean, I found the solution. Did I just glue the back of it? Yes, I did. Why did I do that? I don't know. Why not? Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Just ignore me today. Okay, so anyways, this Sugar Bell bottle is like completely glued shut because I don't know how the glue, sometimes I think maybe it drips down and it gets into this thing and then I can't open it, and like the bottle will completely get broken if like you're too rough with it. I found a hack though. Since it happened with this one, I just put masking tape around this. So even if it does drip down, if it blocks this opening, that's fine, but it won't get in here, so it won't impact the threading between the bottle and the lid. And that has worked successfully for me so far, so thank goodness for that. Okay, so right there, and those will be the cuties that we put inside there. Then I need to cover this with just a little brown piece of paper or something. We have a couple things. We have that. We have this green. Green could be nice. Yeah, the back of the door could just be green, or like this floral kind of calm. Yeah, maybe this one. Yeah, actually, maybe some of this. This would be good to use because it's not as thick. And also, I just want to use it up. It's from like an old Your Creative Studio packaging. Okay, so let's just glue that on. And I can get rid of this now because we're not cutting anymore. I know it adds glare because it's glass. Oh, there goes my glue bottle lid. think I hear a visitor on their way into the studio here. I just like did a full studio rework, and part of it is to make a nice homeschool workspace for my daughter, and she's really excited about that. She's also really wanting to like make her own little videos about her own journal, so I'll see if I can get like some kind of a cute video of her doing her journaling. All right, there we go. Boop. That's cute. Okay, we just need to back this, so let's go ahead and do that. This page is sticky. Let's get rid of it. I think I will back it with this. Yeah, so I still have some cleaning up to do, and then I have to tackle the other parts of my studio. So like all of my fabric and my sewing stuff, I keep it down kind of one corridor of my studio. And there are a couple of very nice glass front cabinets that I have there that I keep fabric in, but like I don't really have a good like sewing, I'm thinking about like a sewing cabinet kind of thing. Like I have a like a knitting needle cabinet, and I have a couple different sewing boxes, but I'm trying to decide if there is some kind of a need to have like a sewing kind of cabinet. So I'm thinking about like I need to condense my fabric a bit. I don't know how much I can do that, because like I want to keep most of my fabric. I want to use it. I don't want to get rid of it. So like I will have a bit to get rid of, but like not a ton. And so I've got to think about maybe creating what I'm calling our like temporary headaches, essentially temporary headaches of things that like I need to use them up because there just simply isn't room. And then I can reuse one of the cabinets for sewing supplies. Sorry, I just had a little interruption from the husband who was stealing the vacuum from my studio. So anyways, yeah, so the plan is to make the sewing area a little better, one down. And then I have some other cleaning up projects that I want to do. This is such a cute page. I really like this owl, so I'm going to actually just fussy cut this owl out, kind of. So I might use it in something that we do today. And if not, then it will go in my little fussy cuts bin. Just because it's a quick little fussy cut. Just an owl on a perch. There we go. So we'll set her up there. Now, there we go. We don't need to look at this fairy bum the whole time. I don't know why they depict kids without their clothes in these children's stories, but it's not ideal. All right. So now let's do something with these heads. And what I'm thinking about is like fun clusters. I will apologize for the noise. My husband's vacuuming upstairs. I mean, I can't fault the man for needing to do the vacuuming. I'm totally okay with that. All right. I want to tear these out. Like the prettiest room in this picture. It feels so like Tuscan or something. I don't know. It's just lovely. Warm. Alright, there's one. There we go. Two. Okay, so maybe I need to just make a couple of fun clusters with these. be a good first layer for that one. This one I think is still a bit too big. I might make it ever so slightly more torn in. Okay, there. Right. Has me thinking about like medieval goddesses and gods and things like that. And I think instead of ripping this time, I'm just going to kind of just jiggity jaggedy cut with my scissors. Because it'll give it a more of a finished edge, not another torn edge. And I think I want the layer behind here to be fabric. Give me 1 second. I gotta grab fabric. Have sort of the perfect organza for this. So, cut a piece out. And I fit those both on. Yeah, I don't want to like, maybe I'll just use just one on there. And I'm just going to use glue stick because I am going to stitch everything at the end of this as I usually do. I have set up my sewing machine actually right next to my desk here. And I was thinking about the benefits. Like I have this overhead camera that has currently a 5-foot pole and I can slide it back and forth. So it's kind of like, my husband is in the film world. He is very experienced with a lot of equipment. I call him my personal AV club. So, he also has a 10-foot extension for this, so I could have 10 feet of sliding ability. I'll show you what I mean. So let's maybe slide you a little this way, and then slide you a little back. So see, you can imagine if I had 10 feet of that, right? I could, I have the desk next to me that has, it's a sewing table that has my sewing machine on it. But then I was thinking about like, is there any benefit to you watching me sew on my sewing machine? For the purposes of this video, I'm not a sewing, channel. I'm not doing a tutorial of any kind. So I don't know, maybe not. So I'll just probably do what I've been doing, which is like doing the sewing off camera, unless of course I'm showing you something useful. So what I'm going to do with this, and it's what I'm doing with a lot of fabric now, I'm just cutting it up into these itty bitty little pieces. Because I just have way too much fabric and this is just a scrap. And I'll show you why I'm doing this in 2 seconds here. Just random pieces. So I'm going to take all that. And you see this bag of random fabric scraps. It goes in here and eventually we can make journal covers with that that we're going to put in between. I have a video on this. Like, I think I learned that from Gail Agostinelli. It was like something she saw from another channel and she shared. But it's like you take like the iron, the fusible web, and you take 2 sheets of it, you put all your fabric in between it, and like you sew, you kind of crazy stitch with everything in between all pinned down, and then you can wash it away and you get this really nice journal cover. I actually have one of them around here. Hold on, maybe I'll see if I can grab it quick and show you. Yeah, it's in this basket. Hold on. Here it is. See? So this is all the little bits of fabric And now we have this fun journal cover, and see how it's been crazy quilted on back. Yeah, so that is one journal cover that I have. I have my project bins next to me now, so I can get that kind of stuff. Okay. Let's get back to this. Alrighty. Now, this bit, I think it's a little bigger. I'll save like this much of it because that would be good for tabs. And then again, the rest I'll just do the same thing. Just give it a quick nip here and there. I feel really distracted today. This video could be long, goodness me. But I want to do something kind of cool with these. So I'm going to take a little break. I just want to stitch around these because I need to stitch around them before the next step. Okay, so we are all stitched around now. I just got to grab my scissors again here. So I think I'll leave just a really small, oh, I forgot to mention, before I stitched, I also just glued this onto a piece of file folder so that it wouldn't only be backed by fabric. And I'll show you why, because I just want a little bit of like strength to this. One. Alrighty, so now what I want to do is at the bottom of each of these, I'm going to take my crocodile hole punch here, and I want to pop a little hole. Oops, right about there. There we go. Then I need an eyelet or two from over here. 1 and 2. We're going to plunk our eyelet in here. Okay, there's one. Now let's do this one. Same deal. Eyelets. Now, this is like a little earring back, or like a little earring kind of thing. You could also use a bulb pin. I'm using an earring thing just because this is what I have hanging around. I think, so this is a piece of like kind of crystalline fool's gold. I don't know, maybe I can't use that one for this. Let's see. I might need to use bulb pins. Okay, ignore the concept of these earring backings because they're not the right shape. Let me go for a couple bulb pins here. Hold on. Here they are. So we want a bulb pin instead. Okay, here. Now, oh, my fingers are too bluey. Okay, so this one, will this fit on here or no? Yeah, I think, ooh, is it too fat though? I don't think it'll go over the curve. Can we straighten it kind of? And just, let's see if we can just deform this and then reform it. And I need pliers. Sometimes you gotta get a little medieval with things, right? Okay. Try to reform it as best we can. It doesn't need to be exactly the same shape. The important thing is that we get it to seal itself closed again, and that this can kind of move a little, and that it doesn't have too irregular of a shape. So straighten this. Not all of my experiments are successful, but I think this one will be. I'm just going to move this a little bit. Okay, then, all right, give it a pinch here. I mean, the other option is I could use wire. So for this one, wire might be easier. Yeah, let's just abort the mission. Sorry, bulb pin. We're gonna use wire instead for this one. Okay, let's just pull this out. Maybe. Okay. Okay, now this one, let's see if we can do this. Now I've got a crystal here. We'll see if the crystal will go on. I don't want to have to mess with it too much. Okay, good, it does. All right, there. Now, put the bulb pin through the hole. I want her to have the crystal on hers. There we go. So see, this is what I wanted to do. I just wanted this little dangly bit here. And then I also grabbed this, which I just want to put up here, I think, as kind of just a cute decoration somewhere here like that. And I'm going to attach it using 3-in-1 glue somewhere, maybe up here. Right there. Okay. There we go. Right there. Let's set her aside for a moment to dry, and then I will grab my... Another thing I could use wire, or I could use waxed linen. I'm going to go wire though. Hold on. Okay. So we will thread the wire in here, and then we'll use this to just turn the end because we don't want it to be sharp, so we'll make a nice little circle. We'll thread the circle through, and then I will plunk the end of the wire through the circle that I created, and then just decide at what height we want this to sit. I want it to be a little dramatic, I think. So it could be a little long. And I'm going to twist it here. See that? Okay, to give it a certain kind of shape. Now, we're going to trim the front down a little bit so that we have about that much left, so that we can create a second circle to just close it up. Oops. And then we'll pinch it here. So we've got our circles there. And then you can kind of play with the shape a little bit, but then this will hang from here like that. Okay. Throw away that excess wire. Set the rest of the wire aside and just re-loop it again so that your wire doesn't get out of control. That's no fun. Move this out of the way. Then I was thinking a little bit of gilding wax would be nice, sort of on this bit, just to kind of bring the whole thing a little more of that, like, I don't know, like a medieval feel, or like a, I don't know. Okay. There we go. All right, so now we have these two fun kind of bejeweled clusters. So those are done. All right, now we got to move on. Back to work here. All right, where's my stuff? Right over here. Let's use this maybe first. And and just maybe do a couple easy projects. That one was whew, a lot. Though I am a little bit stressed out thinking about the circles. Like, what am I going to do with these circles? I don't know. Now we will do something where we show that not everything has to be complicated, okay? Sound good? So, folder. I'm going to glue this down on folder to give it a backing. So another project I have to do today is I've got to put the rest of the cabinet labels on my library cabinet. I have about like 85 of them I need to affix on there, and I have to screw these itty bitty tiny holes because part of my project with this studio rework is that I realized a lot of the, like, I have a 90 drawer large like library cabinet that has really nice deep drawers. I mean, it's the perfect thing for like an apothecary type feeling paper studio, but I was using it for all sorts of nonsense, really little bits and bobs of things that I probably will never use. So I got very judicious with my getting rid of things, and I have an entire like huge bag of like knickknacks and whatnots that are going to be going to the thrift store for somebody to discover in wonderment, because I just don't need it all. I really don't. And now I have all of these drawers that I can put things like all of my embossing powders, all of my acrylic inks, etc., etc. You know, like everything has a place, and I really need that. And I can even go super, you know, wild, and I can organize them alphabetically so that I can actually find what I'm looking for and not struggle. But somehow mentally, I kind of know where the roundabout most of the places in that cabinet where things are, and even though it's not labeled, but yeah, I really want to label it. Okay, so that's just two cute little journal cards. You know, and you could collage a little, you could put some word snippets on these, but I think I may just leave them. I think they're very cute like that. I'll stitch around them. Okay, what can we do? Oh, you know what? I just got an idea for this. Okay, hold on. We need some paper. All right. I recently did a project, actually in one of the morning journals that I did something similar to this, and I really love the kind of effect that it had. It's the morning journal that's actually still in my shop. And I use these round eyes. Okay, so this is going to be a little easier to cut out now. And seeing as we don't have a punch, I just have to muscle through. All right, so just give me a moment. I'll cut these all out and come right back. Okay, so all the circles have been attached and cut out, and then I just realized that I made a boo-boo. I attached them with the colorful side of the thing I glued them to rather than the blank side. So it's going to change up what I'm doing. My original plan was you take about 3 of these, okay? And you can just start stitching, and you just stitch them all together, and then they can just, you know, hang. You can glue the first one down, and the other 2 can kind of just hang loose in a journal. And it's a nice little thing, and you can flip them over and you can write on them. But in this case, because I goobered that up, I'm going to do something a little bit different with them. So the first thing I'm going to do is just sort them kind of by topic. So these are like sewing related. Flower, an umbrella. The clock can go with the this head. We've got another flower, another flower, another flower. Balloon can go with the head. The book, maybe these can go together. Yeah, so that's what we'll do. And we'll make a few different things. So the first thing I think I want to do is make a couple of pockets, or yeah, pockets maybe. And I'm just going to use some book page here. I will still do a bit of stitching on them. So I'm going to do this kind of pocket, this sort of like a side tuck type pocket, and I will use my art glitter glue to kind of create like a clustered section where I'm just going to glue this center here right there. Same thing with this one, just the center. Okay, and one more. That's all we want to do for now. We'll set that aside. Let me see. Yeah, so this will, okay, so this will come together after it's stitched. I'll explain it, but let's do another one. Maybe this time we'll use these. Do the same thing again. Like that. Alright, so there's those. Then what do I want to do with these ones? Maybe something kind of still on a book page. Let's see. Not these book pages though, maybe a different one. Actually, here's another text one. I just want text for this. This I think I want to do like a tag. Just like a large kind of floral tag. All I can hear is my family upstairs. Like the kids are like wrestling with my husband. Poor thing. They have been super hyper today because I actually have no idea why. Because, yeah, they just have unlimited energy. It doesn't really matter what you do. I would say, oh, because they've been cooped up in the house, but that's not the case at all. They're just wild kids. Okay, tear the bottom. Then I need some backing paper, which will use this. I feel like this is going to be a very long video because I got a little complicated with some of my ephemera today. Maybe because I'm just feeling a little like, oh, I haven't done this in so long. It's so nice to just work on stuff. That's okay. Oops, I have to add a little glue there. Here it is. Okay. Alright, so there's the basis of that. Those will all get inked after they're stitched. And then we need one more. Okay. And this one maybe we'll make it more like a belly band. Okay. Yeah, so because we're making it a belly band, I don't need to back that. Okay, so these need stitching, so I will stitch them now so I can explain my concept to you once it's stitched. Well, maybe I can explain it a little bit. So I'm going to stitch around the edges here with this one, and because I only glued the center, that will also create like little tucky spots where you could tuck little things if you wanted to. And then same with this one, I'm just going to stitch around. I also may just kind of stitch kind of through. I haven't decided. I might maybe with the belly band, because then we won't care, we don't see the stitches. So I will do that and come back in just a moment. Okay, we are all stitched around. So as you can see, we have the pockets here. Let me just grab this little owl that we cut out. So see, there's like little ingrained kind of, you know, tuck spots just because we didn't stitch everything down. So pocket 1, pocket 2, you know, you got your little friend there you can stick in. And then this belly band, oh no, you can't do that with this one. I stitched around this one just for the fun of it. Because you wouldn't want to tuck anything on a belly band. You could on a tag if you wanted to, but you don't have to. You can also kind of, for texture, you know, and like a bit of a 3D kind of shape. Like if you were to want to stick this on the front of a journal or something, you know, you could give it a little bit of a 3D shape. You could emboss these. But yeah, those are done. Now, 2, 3, 4, we're not even halfway done. Oh my gosh, I'm floundering today. We might cut this into 2 videos. Maybe we'll do a Tuesday and a Thursday 10. Ay, ay, ay. This happens sometimes where I just I just have too many things to do and I get caught up in doing one. Okay, so I think with this, I'm going to make just a simple kind of journal card with a bit of lace or something. Hold on. This is staring at me. It's just like a bit of a collar. So I think, yeah, we'll do something like this. I need some good thick paper I can back this on. Oh, this is part of my cleaning up. 2007 tax. Ugh. Like, I'm worse than the bank, you know, having to keep things for 7 years. Just going to glue this off camera for a moment. I really don't like this image on the back of here, so I'm not going to show it on camera. Hold on one second. Okay, so I just glued here. There we go. That's better. We don't want to see that. I'm gluing this onto a piece of watercolor. This is actually watercolor paper. Like, I was creating tax folders out of watercolor paper, apparently. Then, where is my... Okay, this is so cute. It's got to go into the Tuesdayten bin. Oh, so is that. Goodness. See, this is how things happen, is like I end up, you know, creating like this. Definitely, I don't want to wreck that. I want to use this. That would be a good fussy cut. Like, that's cute. Yeah, so these are all things like that will end up going into my Tuesdayten. This one won't. I'm good with it. Okay. Where's my lace and this? Glue. This side's a little flatter and easier. So I think yeah, okay. I just glue this. this down with, but it's not too much glue. It's okay. Then I think I also want to add a little gilding wax around the edge here because it's so pretty. Go. Just while this dries, it's like the perfect time to do this kind of gilding around. Yeah, it should be good. Okay. And I'm using Sizzix Luster Wax in gold, if you're wondering. Okay, so I think I'm happy with this as a journal card. Now we move on. Now this image, I need to take a look at it. I accidentally printed it a little too big. So it doesn't have the photo quality that I would hope for. So I'm actually thinking I'll just use it as backing. It's a lovely image. It is public domain, so I'm not really going to fret about it. Now this one, I want to use the yellow flowers. We have a little bee here, which is cute. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use my basket that I keep here at the back of my desk as my inspiration for what to do with this. So first of all, we'll use this to back it because we know we want to cover the back. And that will use up this paper too. More backing, then we'll just, now I think I want this to be kind of like in a card shape, and I'm also looking at that sweet little owl that I cut out over here, because I should use it up, it's silly not to. And then I've got this little bit of like cheesecloth left over from something, but I don't think that works. That doesn't work. I have this little frame. Nope, 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 and nope. What about if we made like a bit of a cluster of this? Yeah, then I have this really nice old book page. Yeah, I like that. Okay, okay. Let's just get a little bit of it off. Then, glue it down. Let's take a little bit of 3-in-1 where I'm going to put that, that bit of like netting. I have to refill this bottle. Oh goodness. These are the reasons that my videos get too long, right? I could put a little bit of acetate in here or something that would help. Alright, let's just let that sit for a minute while I look at something else. So first of all, I want to cut out this image because I think I'm going to use this Otto Deeks image of this very sassy kind of woman. This would be perfect for the Rebel Witch journal kit that I just completed a journal from. So we'll just kind of get a little start while we're letting that glue come down. Hopefully it's there by now. Yep, it is. Okay. Just a little bit there. Okay. Okay, it needs to sit again. This is sad. All right. That's okay. Now we're going to cut out these. Multitask. Okay. Done. Oops. Managed to glue some yarn to the end of that. All right, and it's now glued to me. Calamity. My kids are having a blast upstairs. Oh my goodness. All right. That's cute. Okay. So then I think I'll stitch around it, probably the whole thing, and that will be super cute. Now, what do we have left? We've got this and those two images that you just saw me cut out. So this is really pretty. I feel like I just would like to make a tag with it, and like maybe some kind of a focal point. So let's glue it to something. A backing. We'll use this actually. Let's get the shape kind of first. This will go into my scraps because it's just pretty. Good for collaging. Now that's a really pretty piece of paper. Is this big enough? No, but we can trim a bit more at the end, I think. Yeah. Okay, I just had to change batteries as I often do when I'm doing Tuesday 10 because things get a little crazy. So I just backed this while I was changing the battery. Didn't figure that that was a super important aspect of this project, so. Okay, and then we will make this into a tag. The other thing that I did while I took a little pause for the battery change is I fussy cut out that little bird that we saw earlier from this book, and I grabbed one of my word snippets from my Journal With Me kit that I recently created, and I'm thinking about also using a piece of this to do the top. It's a great blue to go with that. Then I might even use up the rest of this a little bit here. Yeah, okay, so let's try to do all of that. Turn the glue upside down so that it can get to the bottom while we do this gluing. Okay. A beautiful, beautiful jeweled bird. I will use this because or glitter glue, because this is a cardstock. I'm gonna take this page off. Anything good on there? No, okay, we're good. Let's see how this glue is progressing here. Pin. Okay. This needs to be ironed, but I don't want to iron it. Too busy. Need a tiny task mouse that just lives under my desk and jumps out whenever I need little tiny tasks done. Don't we all just need one of those? Okay. There is so much giggling and screaming going on upstairs. So if you can hear it, don't be alarmed. It's just my children. My son is really into like doing countdowns right now. Like I've been, you know, he's, we're teaching him a little bit about like counting down rather than regular counting, like counting backwards, right? So he really enjoys like kind of counting down and then having some kind of an exciting thing happen. So he's really loving that. So I will stitch this onto here so that that will be a tag. Okay, now we simply have these two left. And I'm just going to back this one here on this. And I actually might have a plan, I think, for this to go into like a witchy kind of journal, because it's a bunch of spices and stuff. Like I could make like little labels that say like something like frog's eyes, or you know, if I wanted to, or I could just leave it as is, and it would be lovely in like a green witchery kind of journal. So this is the kind of ephemera where like it's great to keep it on hand if you work in certain themes, because like this is the kind of thing that you can just grab and have it be ready. Nothing on there that I'm really precious about, so that's good. Okay. Oh, I do like some of those leaves. It's really pretty. All right, so I'm just going to actually maybe do the corners on this and cut stitch around it. That'll be what I want to do with that for now. I think. I am looking at this label and thinking, no. Okay. Moving on. Okay, now this. Oh, we've moved on to 2008 taxes, guys and gals and folks. We are moving on to 2008. I'm thinking with this, I could really just leave it as is, and it would just be a simple little journal card add-in and a fun journal. So I won't even maybe stitch around it. I'll just kind of, yeah. But you know, you can do little things too, like, you know, like this. I could make a portrait of her, maybe. I think I will do that actually. But one thing that I think it needs, sorry for the arm, is a color change. I don't want it to be brown. I want it to be black. So let's just ink it. Just a little gentle black soot inking. Then flip it over. Oops. These glue bottles are like, oh, is your video long? Are you getting anxiety about a long video? Wow. Let's see how we can make it longer. Okay, so plunk this down here, and that just kind of gives a portrait to the face. And you could put some kind of like a word snippet down here, like, you know, like there's one here, blotting out the sun. That would be funny. Let's do that. You know, it's kind of like a bit of a sassy sort of like, she's having a bad day. She's just going to blot out the sun. What's life if you can't have fun with stuff like this, right? I'm going to actually put it right here. And it will stand out because it is inked. Okay, so I have some stitching to do, and then I'll show you the final everything. Okay, so I have stitched around everything, and I've turned 10 pieces of random paper into 13 pieces of ephemera. So let's take a look. So we saw these: pocket, belly band, tag, and another pocket, and they have those built-in tuck spots. And then these, which were our clusters that were adorned with some lovely bits. Then we have her blotting out the sun here. Our journal card with the lace. Be seen in the bright sunshine, so that's all stitched around. And then I stitched around this first journal card with the little hidden fairy folk inside. And then I decided I would end up using this punch actually to just punch this pattern all around, because it feels kind of like recipe cardish rather than stitching it. I stitched around these and around this card as well. So that was a lot of fun. I'm sorry if it was a lot longer than normal. I'll probably try to kind of get back on track with Tuesday 10 being around an hour long if possible. But you know, things do go a little kooky sometimes. So just expect the unexpected with these. All right, folks, have a great day, and I will talk to you very, very soon. If you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you did. Bye for now.